Alhamdulillah nahmaduhu wa nasta'inuhu wa nastaghfiruhu wa nu'minu bihi wa natawakkalu alayhi wa na'udzu billahi min shururi anfusina wa min sayyiati a'malina may yahdihillahu fala mudilla lahu wa may yudlil fala hadiya lahu asyhadu an la ilaha illallah wa asyhadu anna muhammadan abduhu wa rasuluh sallallahu alaihi wasallam tabaraka wa sallama tasliman kasira amma ba'd. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Wa man ahsanu qawlan mimman da'a ila Allah wa amila salihan wa qala innani minal muslimin. My dear brothers and respected elders and sisters, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has made us able to give speeches. Allah mentioned in the Quran, the Lord who teaches you how to speak. We cannot speak unless with His permission. So Sulaiman alayhi salam has a son who is just like a piece of meat, not able to speak. He aims to have 99 sons to fight with him, in battles for the propagation of Islam. His intention is good. He makes sexual intercourse with his 99 wife, aiming to be given 99 sons, but none is materialized except one, a piece of meat, not able to talk. That means that is not a human being, just a piece of meat. We are just a piece of meat, but when Allah do not give us permission, we don't have eyes, we don't have nose, we don't have mouth, we cannot speak. Or we may have mouth but cannot speak. About a day when the baby was born, the baby can cry. That's about all. Cannot talk. After some time, then the baby start talking. There are children who until age of 10 cannot speak, age of 9 cannot speak. So mother is worried what has happened. So Allah is the one who teaches us how to speak. You must realize how is the blessing of Allah. It's a very great blessing of Allah to be able to speak. Why Allah make us to be able to speak? So that we can speak about Allah. We can propagate others to believe in Allah and to obey Allah. That's why, we are made to be able to speak. So if we ever use our ability to speak, in order to speak about Allah and His greatness, so that will become a virtuous deed for us. But if we are using our mouth to speak evil words against the greatness of Allah, that will become our evil deeds. So Allah says, whose words is better? Whose speeches? So speeches become a very important thing, very great blessing of Allah to be able to speak and to be able to use the speeches, to call people to Allah, even greater blessing. So Allah mentioned in the Quran whose words are better, or whose speeches are better than the speeches of those who invite people to Allah. Why Allah says whose words are better, whose speeches are better? There is no other better speeches than that, which is the speeches of inviting people to Allah. There is no other speeches better than that. That's why Allah says whose words are better. وَمَنْ أَحْسَنُ قَوْلًا مِمَّنْ دَعَا إِلَى اللَّهِ. So speeches play a very important role in making a person to become a better person. Very important role. And it is the beginning for a person to be able to become a good person, is to be able to talk good speeches. If he doesn't speak good speeches, so he in no circumstances have started to become a good person. He will never become. He will never become. Because good speeches are the best words. Words uttered by man will influence his belief and his thinking, or her thinking. So men do according to what they believe, not they know. They believe and what they are thinking. What they believe and what they are thinking will influence what they do. So good person is a person who do good deeds. And naturally, a person who wants to do good deeds must have correct belief and correct mindset. And correct belief and correct mindsets are influenced by correct speeches or good speeches. That's why Allah says, whose words are better, whose speeches are better than the speeches of those who call people to Allah. Very great work. Among all the work, the greatest work, the most lovable work, the work which is most loved by Allah is the work of inviting people to Him. And naturally, if you want to become His lover, you cannot do without doing that work. You know, we do not want to do the work of dawah. We do not want to do the work of inviting people to Allah when the words of inviting people to Allah, Allah says the best words. So a person who doesn't want to do the work of dawah, doesn't want to do the work of inviting people to Allah, are the people who resist or deceive from becoming a good person. He doesn't want to become a good person. He wants to become evil person, the person of hellfire. The evil persons are the person who will enter evil. We will enter hellfire. So this is his wish, his desire, and he deserves to be thrown into hellfire because he doesn't want to utter good words. He only wants to utter evil words. The evil words are the opposites of the words of inviting people to Allah. That means inviting people to other than Allah. So somebody doesn't know what is the medicine to be taken in order to become good men. They don't know. No one knows in the whole world since immemorial until I comes to tell the man, the entire mankind, that the medicine to be able to cure the human behavior, to make the man to be able to do good deeds, are good words. Good words are the real medicine and the true medicine. Good words, because it cure behavior, it cure lifestyle, it cure it cures man's behavior. Man's behavior will definitely influence their health. Wrong behavior will lead to stress, will lead to anxiety. Stress will lead to wrong food. Wrong food will lead to wrong stomach. Wrong stomach lead to disease. It goes like that. So the good words are not only medicine for the mind and the soul, but the medicine for the man, whole man. When his good words are the medicine for soul and mind, it means it's a medicine for the entire human body. So if you want to become healthy, happy, prosperity in this world and hereafter, you must utter good words. You must take that medicine daily without any except. More and more times should be given to utter good words. And that is the medicine which Allah has given, the good words, which is La ilaha illallah. That is the good words. Inviting people to that kalima is the good words. So nobody knows this, so nobody do. Nobody propagating others to do. They don't do, neither they do, nor they invite others to do, because they don't know that the true medicine for man is not the herbs. Herbs are also medicine, but the true medicine is good words. So if good words combined with herbs, man will become healthy. Medicine for men are not drugs. Medicine is herbs and good words. But the main medicine is not the herb, the good words. A person must do the work of calling people to Allah. Allah says, whose words are better than a person who invite others to Allah. And Allah mentioned in that verse of the Quran, after this verse, whose words are better than those who call people to Allah, Allah says, who do good deeds, wa amila salihah. So the words, good words, followed by good deeds. In other words, Allah is saying, if you want to have good deeds, amal salih, you must have good words. If you have to have good words, you must do the good work. And what is that work? To call people to Allah. This is the path. Kul hazihi sabili. Tell, this is my path. To call people to Allah with basira. This is my path and the path of those who follow me. So what other ayat you want? After telling all this, you still remain the same. I am not going to do it because I love dunya. This is plain truth, nothing but truth. I am telling you again and again. But still, I don't like to do the work of inviting people to the kalima. If I do this work, then Allah will test me. Surely Allah will test you. Allah says, I do not let anyone who say, I believe in Allah, without testing him. So Allah has mentioned, I will test him. For what reason? Why Allah tests him? So that he become a better person. But because they don't want to be tested, they say, no. I do not want to speak the truth. I do not want to do the work of inviting people to La ilaha illallah. I will be tested. So they decided, after knowing it, to return back to return back to the state of not doing the work. They said, no, I cannot do this one. I do not want to become poor. One man was telling me, I don't want to become poor. I want to become rich. I said, okay. One man say, I do this work, so many tests, so I cannot bear it. I'm not going to do this work. I said, okay. Now, one has died already. He knows now. He will regret. Surely, I do not know, but surely he told me that he doesn't want to utter the good words. He's a motivator. Motivate others. From the motivation, he got money. So he liked that job, getting money, The other one is an engineer. So I don't know what Allah tested them, but naturally, when you say there is no God except Allah, there is no one who give you risk except Allah, the bad and the good come from Allah, none can do except Allah, money cannot do except Allah. When you speak the truth, surely you will be tested, so that the truth will enter into your belief. That's why you are tested. You should welcome tests, not to resist tests. Oh, no. So I do not speak like things like money cannot do. Allah can do. Allah can do, money cannot do. Nothing can do. Oh, that is the truth. In order to be able to have the truth to be implanted in our hearts, we have to utter good words. And then when we utter the good word, Allah says, I will test you, so that the good words will enter into your heart, into your belief. What's wrong with that? You say, no. I do not want, because I want this world. The reason why we do not want to this world, we do not want to be tested, because we want to be tested with a lot of money. We think that having a lot of money, power is not test. It's also test. So when we are tested with having a lot of money, then we only keeping the money to ourselves. We don't give money to the orphans, to the poor. We even take the wealth of inheritance from the weak people. Some property given as an inheritance, we took that. It's not ours, but Allah says in the Quran. Then Allah will snatch away the wealth and make us poor. Then we say, oh, when he was tested with the good wealth, he says, Allah has honored me. Allah has honored me and Allah loved me. Allah doesn't love him. He was mistaken by the fact that when he got money, he was thinking like when his parent gave him money, his parent love him, but not Allah. When Allah gives you money, it means you are tested to see either you are grateful or not. So if you keep the money all to yourself, you not even give any money to the orphans, to the poor, to the needy, travelers who are, not in good shape, the travelers who are not in good shape, then Allah will test you again with poverty. Then you say, oh, Allah humiliate me. It is in the verse of the Quran. Allah doesn't humiliate you, but this has been given to you as a result of you indulging, in wrong deeds. When you have wealth, you do not give part of your wealth to charity. You are indulging yourself in wrong deeds. As a result of that wrong deeds, you've been given to have, poverty, or you are given the test of having, very stringent, very little sustenance. This happening, and then when you say, oh, Allah humiliate me. No, it's because of your wrong deeds when you are given wealth. So both are tests of Allah. Both tests that person failed. When he was become healthy, he become very stingy. When he become poor, he lose his patience. He say, Allah humiliates me. Both cases, he failed the test. Why he failed the test in both cases? Because he has no iman. The answer is he has no iman. Only wealth and only no wealth will not make us to be able to be to abide. It will not make us to be able to abide to the orders of Allah, either when we are rich or when we are poor. Richness doesn't make us to become people who are obedient to the order of Allah. Yazid has a very close friend, so close. Then he got a lot of money. Yazid went to him to get a loan to go in the path of Allah. For a loan of only 2,000. The friend said, "No, I'm not giving you." See, his very close friend, who used to become poor together, eating only little food. But when he was made rich, he doesn't take care of even his friend. What more? The orphans and the needy. Naturally, they don't. So the day when Allah made him to become poor, then he will come to Yazid. Allah humiliate me. Now he says, Allah has favored me. Allah loved me. When Allah loves, it doesn't give money. Allah gives the understanding of deen, the ability to be able to obey Allah properly, correctly. That is when Allah loves you. Not when Allah give you wealth, Allah love you or honored you. And when Allah do not give you wealth, Allah humiliate you. No. When Allah do not give you wealth, then you be patient. You must know this has been given to me because of my wrong deeds. When at the time when I was having wealth, I don't even care to give part of my wealth to the poor, needy, to spend in the path of Allah, to do the work of inviting people to Allah. We don't care. We only keep the money to ourselves. Put in a bank, make it grows with interest, and use the interest money. So people love monies and wealth so much, and to love money so much, or to love to become rich so much, all in the heart, I want to become rich, is a sign that this person is a person of hellfire. The dwellers of hellfire are among those who really want to become rich from their heart. They are the dwellers of hellfire. Like Rashidi, he really wants to become rich. Allah says in the Quran, Allah says, he doesn't believe in Allah, doesn't believe in Messenger, he doesn't obey, and in his heart, he loves to become rich. So when you love to become rich, that means you are the dwellers of hellfire. Mind you, do you love to become rich? Yes? Yes or not? Do you love to become rich? Bodoh. You love to become rich? Dwellers of hellfire. If you want to become the dwellers of paradise, you should not love to become rich, but to become the lover of Allah. When you want to become the lover of Allah, you don't love the world. If you love the world, that means you don't love Allah. You cannot love Allah. Allah do not. Our heart is only meant for one. Either love Allah or love this worldly thing. So man has become, destroyed. They destroyed themselves by taking this love of dunya to be in their hearts. When they love dunya, they don't speak good words. They do not want to do the work of inviting people to Allah. They do not want. Because they say, I will be tested, I will be humiliated, I will not be given money, wealth. So I don't want to become poor, I want to become rich. What for you become rich here in this world, my dear? Is there any reason for doing that? A very solid reason to become rich in this world. Saman, do you have any valid reason to become a very rich man in this world? What reason you have wanting to become rich in this world? Why?
Just to live comfortable.
Samad says just they say, not just. Wanting to live in this world with comfort. Why you want to live in this world with comfort? I'm asking you, why? When you know the world is temporary. Do you know that the world is temporary or not? Then why? Why you need comfort in this world? For what reason? When it is temporary, it is from everlasting or temporary? Anytime you will die. That's why if you don't remember death, and you don't believe in hereafter, many people want to die, but they don't believe in the hereafter, because they say when we die, we just become dust. Then they don't fear death. And in fact, they believe when they die, they will become reincarnate. They make theory of their own, not written in any revealed book of Allah, neither in Taurat, Injil, nor in the Quran, that when a person die will be reincarnate to become birds, like the Hindus, you will the cows is reincarnations of Lord Shiva or Lord this, so they don't touch the cow. So when cow pass through the road, everybody stop the car, because they cannot hit the Lord, the reincarnation of their Lord. They simply believe. Who told them that? So they can reincarnate to become birds. This is all theory, false theory. You will be resurrected to become alive again, and you will be punished for your wrong deeds which you have done in this world. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has given tips in the Quran on how to become a good person, is to utter good words. وَمَنْ أَحْسَنُ قَوْلًا مِمَّنْ دَعَا إِلَىٰ. And the good word is to invite people to kalima la ilaha illallah Muhammad, to invite people to utter the kalima, and those who have uttered the kalima to do the work of inviting others to recite the kalima, so that they will frequently speaking about the kalima, hearing about the kalima, with the intention to please Allah, and they are willing to sacrifice their time well in doing this work of propagating the kalima until Allah is pleased with them. When Allah is pleased, Allah put the kalima, install the kalima, make the kalima to be embedded into his belief and thinking to such a level that make Allah become so pleased with him. And when the kalima is embedded into his heart to the level which Allah is more than pleased, then they will have good deeds. Wa amila salihah. So when he has true belief in Allah and good deeds, then he is called a Muslim. Wa qala innani minal muslimin. This verse, this ayat of Quran, I repeatedly read every day, every morning before my lecture. Before my lecture, I recite this verse of the Quran with a reason, not without reason. It's with a reason. The reason is, this is the fountain, the beginning to become good man, is to utter good words. And of course, if you want to frequently utter and hear good words, you must make the work of inviting people to Allah to be your work. And that's tally with the ayat, Kul hazihi sabili, tell my Muhammad, this is my path to reach my goal, which is to become the lover of Allah. And that path is to invite men to Allah. Kul hazihi sabili ad'u ilallah, to call people to Allah. Ala basiratin, this is my path and the path of those who follow me. So still we do not want to do it. That means we do not want to become the followers of Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. When we do not want to become the followers of Muhammad SAW, that means our kalimah, which we have uttered, La ilaha illallah Muhammad Rasulullah, is void and null. Why you utter La ilaha illallah Muhammad Rasulullah when you cannot, we do not want to follow his path, to call people to Allah, do not want to do his work, when he said this is my path and the path of those who follow me. So your kalimah, La ilaha illallah Muhammad Rasulullah, is void and null. In other words, not doing the work of inviting people is almost the same as to deny the kalimah which we have uttered. When we deny, we ourselves deny the kalimah, how can we become a believer? Yeah, we cannot become a believer because never will the kalimah be made to be implanted in our heart when we denied it. So when we are true to our utterance of the kalimah, a sign of that, we must make the work of inviting people to Allah as our main work, and we must do it the way Muhammad SAW has done it, with the sacrifice of his wealth and time and health, and with the intention to please Allah, until Allah is pleased with him. We have no choice if we want to become successful. We have no choice if we are going to go to hell, to paradise. We have no choice if we want to become the lover of Allah, to do the work of inviting people to Allah as our work. So every morning you should listen to this lecture. After this lecture, the first thing you must do before doing anything else, you must do gash, jawla. Go from person to person, house to house, in your locality. Those who are not Muslim, you invite them to recite the kalimah, to become Muslim. Those who have uttered the kalimah, you must remind them about the kalimah, and you must invite them to do the work which fulfill the right of reciting the kalimah, which is the work of inviting people to Allah, or the work of inviting people to good, forbidding people from evil. You have no choice if you want to become successful. But of course, you have the other choice, to become the dwellers of hellfire. Once you've been shown the hellfire, Allah says, the unbelievers, during that time, the hellfire will be made near, to come near to them. At that time, all those people who denied the hereafter, who have denied there is a day of judgment, will regret over the fact that in the worldly life they used to deny it, and he regret for not bringing with them good deeds. They will regret only when they saw the hellfire is brought near to them. Why? Because that time they know they are the dwellers of hellfire. But knowing and regretting only that time is of no use, of no benefit, because decision has been made that we are to be thrown into hellfire. Only that time we regret. What's the use? There will be no use. It is only today, in the worldly life, we have to regret becoming non-Muslim. Which, if we are believers, we regret for not following Muhammad SAW, doing the work of inviting people to Allah. That time we say, if only I have good deeds, I will not be thrown into hellfire. Okay.